You're watching TAG TV.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 13th of December. Two terrorists neutralized in encounter in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Activists protest against Neelam Jhelum power project in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. And Sri Lankan Parliament passes confidence vote backing ousted Premier Wickremesinghe. And now for all the details. Security forces gunned down two terrorists in an encounter in Sopore town of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. The slain terrorists reportedly belonged to Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group.
Two terrorists were neutralized in an encounter by security forces on Thursday in Sopore town of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The encounter, which broke on Wednesday, was suspended during the night to avoid any casualties. It resumed early on Thursday when the hiding terrorists opened fire on security personnel moving towards a particular house in the area. The security forces retaliated, during which two terrorists belonging to Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group were gunned down, officials said. This comes after three terrorists were killed in another encounter near Srinagar city of the province on Sunday. India accuses neighbouring Pakistan of regularly arming terrorists and helping them infiltrate across the border to mount attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan denies the allegations.
India paid homage to the victims of 2001 Parliament attack on its 17th anniversary on Thursday. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with other political leaders, paid floral tributes to the victims at the Indian Parliament in New Delhi.
India paid homage to the victims of 2001 Parliament attack on its 17th anniversary on Thursday. Led by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, members of the Parliament paid tribute to those killed in the attack at a memorial in the Parliament premises. Indian Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and other lawmakers joined the Prime Minister in paying floral tributes. The Parliament attack in the year 2001 killed 14 people, including 5 terrorists, 6 security personnel and 3 government staff.
Parliament एक केवल पत्थरों का बना हुआ भवन नहीं है, बल्कि लोकतंत्र की प्रतिमूर्ति है और उस प्रतिमूर्ति पर पहली बार किसी की नज़र लगी तो वो था आतंकवादी। आज समय आ गया है कि सच्ची श्रद्धांजलि होगी कि हम आतंकवादियों के नाम पे कभी समझौता ना करें।
India, after the Parliament attack, said the militants belonged to Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba terror groups. Mohammad Afzal Guru, who was held guilty in the case, was awarded death sentence after being convicted of conspiracy to attack Parliament and waging war against the country. He was hanged in February 2012 at Tihar jail in the Indian capital. Pakistan denied any involvement and condemned the attack.
Moving on. Scores of women activists held a protest expressing their resentment against the Neelam Jhelum hydropower project in the illegally occupied region of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. A massive water crisis has built up of late, which has forced the people to either live in uninhabitable conditions or move to other places.
An anti-Pakistan protest was held recently by women activists against the Neelam Jhelum hydropower project in Muzaffarabad city of illegally occupied region of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Locals blame Pakistan has been recklessly exploiting natural resources in the illegally occupied region by building mega dams and hydropower projects on rivers like Neelam and Jhelum. The protesters blamed the projects are not only affecting the ecology but have limited the resources for the use of local residents.
ये जो दरिया है नीलम झेलम रहने दो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो. हम ये कहते हैं बाकी सारे प्रोजेक्ट रहने दो. जब तक आप पहले प्रोजेक्ट का अजाला नहीं करते, इन लोगों को पुरसकून माहौल नहीं अता करते, आइंदा आने वाली नस्लों के तहफ़्फ़ुज़ की ज़मानत नहीं देते, हम यहाँ पे कोई काम नहीं करने देंगे.
The locals in the illegally occupied region are deprived of even drinking water as River Neelam is drying up due to the construction of the hydropower plant project. The project, which was built in the pretext of bringing prosperity, has deeply affected the lives of the common people, with many of them forced to migrate to other places in the country.
In news from Afghanistan, the Independent Election Commission of Afghanistan on Wednesday said that it has resumed the recounting process of votes from capital Kabul city under a new method following several complaints. So far, the poll body has announced the preliminary results of parliamentary elections for 23 provinces in the country.
With an objective of ensuring transparency and credibility of votes polled in capital Kabul city, Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission or IEC on Wednesday said that it has resumed the recounting process of votes under the new method. This comes after the Independent Electoral Complaints Commission invalidated all votes for Kabul due to widespread fraud and irregularities in the process. Based on a new method, the two commissions will share all information and data about the elections in Kabul in order to make sure that transparency and legitimacy of the process is safeguarded.
په یو نوي چارچوکاټ باندې دواړو کمیسیونو د تخنیکي همکارانو د دالنشاه په سطح باندې تفاهم وکړ او هغه پرون د دواړو طرف نه د دالنشاه په سطح امضا شو.
دا یو ضرورت و د پروسې په پایل کې موږ په کراتو سره دا اندېښنه څرګنده کړله چې دواړو کمیسیونو ته پکار ده چې یو ګډ میکانیزم جوړ کړي او یو واحده رویه په ټولو ولایتونو کې تطبیق شي. له بعده مرغه دغه رویه واحده نه وه، په هر ولایت کې بېلابېلې رویې تطبیق شوي دي.
Stressing that 90% of the votes do not need recounting, the Afghan poll body said the new method would be applied only to 10% of the total votes from Kabul. So far, the IEC has announced the preliminary results of parliamentary elections for 23 provinces after the long-delayed elections for the lower house of Afghan parliament were held in October this year.
More on news from Afghanistan. Afghanistan's High Peace Council has questioned the structure of government's High Advisory Board for Peace, saying low women presence in the board has been unfair. This comes a day after the government announced the establishment of the advisory board, aiming to create a national consensus for brokering peace talks with the Taliban.
High Peace Council or HPC of Afghanistan on Wednesday questioned the structure of Afghan government's High Advisory Board for Peace, saying women's presence in the board has been unfair and unjust. Addressing a national conference on women's role in peace, a top HPC official said government has not considered a fair role for the women and youth in the advisory board. However, Chief Executive Officer Abdullah at the event assured the Board for Peace will take into consideration all aspirations and demands of the Afghan people.
نسبت به این بورد مشورتی اعتراض دارم که زنان حضور مساوی ندارن، نصف نفوس جامعه هستند در وقت رای دادن، نه در وقت مشارکت. جوانان در اینجا حضور ندارن، جامعه مدنی در اینجا حضور نداره، پس به این خاطر این بورد ناقص است.
The remarks came a day after the Afghan government announced the establishment of the High Advisory Board aimed at creating a national consensus for brokering purposeful peace talks with the Taliban. In a decree issued by President Ashraf Ghani, it was stated that the creation of the Board for Peace is aimed to create consensus at a national level for promoting lasting peace.
Moving on to news from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's parliament has passed a vote of confidence in favour of its ousted Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, seeking his reinstatement. The island nation has been locked in political gridlock since late October, when President Maithripala Sirisena replaced Wickremesinghe with Mahinda Rajapaksa.
Sri Lankan Parliament on Wednesday passed a vote of confidence in its ousted Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, as it sought his reinstatement by the President to defuse a political crisis and avoid a government shutdown. The island nation has been locked in a political gridlock for more than a month since President Maithripala Sirisena replaced Wickremesinghe with Mahinda Rajapaksa. It was not immediately clear whether the confidence vote, passed by 117 votes to none, would help see Wickremesinghe reinstated. Parliament has twice in the past few weeks voted to sack Rajapaksa, but he has refused to resign. In support to his decision, Sirisena has repeatedly said he will not appoint Wickremesinghe, even if he has the backing of all 225 lawmakers in the parliament. Sirisena had dissolved the parliament last month after Rajapaksa could not get majority support there.
Exiled Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama on Thursday said that all human beings are created by God and everyone's rights and desires should be respected. He made the remarks while addressing college students as part of his 3-day visit to India's western Mumbai city.
Exiled Tibetan spiritual leader Dalai Lama on Thursday said all human beings are created by God and that everyone's rights and desires should be respected. He made the remarks while addressing college students in Mumbai city as part of his 3-day visit to India's financial capital. Earlier on Wednesday, he had delivered a speech at the International Conference on the Concepts of Maitri or Friendliness in Buddhism at the University of Mumbai.
Today, a lot of problems, essentially our own creation. Clearly, getting human to human being, bullying, exploitation, all these our own creation. Lack of sense of we are same human brothers, sisters.
Dalai Lama has been living in exile in India since fleeing his predominantly Buddhist homeland in 1959 after a failed uprising against Chinese rule. He had set up his seat of power in India's northern Dharamshala town, which is regarded as the hub of Tibetan culture.
A unique exhibition has been organized in India's northern Srinagar city, in which rare Quranic manuscripts, different calligraphic works and rare art objects have been displayed for the visitors. The exhibition aims to revive the age-old art of calligraphy and provide platform to young artists to learn basics of the art form.
A calligraphy artist from southern India, Mohammad Idris, is showcasing his calligraphic works in a unique exhibition organized in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The 5-day-long exhibition, organized by the Department of Archives, Archaeology and Museums, has exhibited Quranic manuscripts, different calligraphic works, paintings and rare art objects for the visitors. The exhibition is aimed at reviving the age-old art of calligraphy in the province, beside creating awareness among the youngsters about the traditional art and providing them a platform to learn basics of the art form.
वादिया कश्मीर में जब पहले ज़माने में बहुत कैलीग्राफी के जो है बहुत नमूने थे, वर्क्स भी जो है किया करते थे लोग, मगर आते आते जो है ये मॉडर्नाइजेशन के अंदर, पोस्ट मॉडर्नाइजेशन आप बोल सकते हैं, इसके अंदर जो है आते आते जो है ये फ़न ख़त्म होते आ रहा है। तो मेरा जो है मकसद ये है कि लोगों के दरमियान इस फ़न का ताल्लुक़ से जो है रुझान थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो, हर जो है नौजवान जो है इसके अंदर आए, ये फ़न को सीखें और जो है दूसरों को भी जो है सिखाने की कोशिश करें।
The department has also preserved large number of centuries-old rare manuscripts, holy books and other literature based on Urdu, Persian and Arabic, which have been showcased for the public to create awareness among them about their rich history and heritage.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.